but I would love to be surprised. This is a team with a lot of disparate pieces, but pieces who've been in Premier, for various seasons. Some who are fresh faces. Obviously, Jet's a player that we're a little bit more familiar with,
Yes.
but oh, time to learn today, John.
Yeah,
Time to learn.
I didn't expect this. The roster seems to have changed. I do know who they are, but let's get on with the action, Mike.
All
Get
right,
back to it.
into the action we go. Nothing like trying to keep up with Premier rosters here. Pesa, he doesn't care whose name's on the other side. He's going to click their heads. He's going to click their heads fairly effectively as well. So, 2 to 4. Man advantage here for Team 1. Substantial advantage as well. They're going to fall in towards a B site hit. It's just going to be Turismo trying to hold him at bay. The flash actually kind of worked to blind PRT more than anything else, but Mobs, well, he's pretty dang good at clicking them heads. Bombs down. Pal might consider saving the kit in the smoke, but based on the construction of this team, I would be surprised. Seems like he's going to try and go for the big play, tapping away and missing a whole lot of bullets. Mobs will win that duel for his 3rd kill in the round. That's going to be Team 1 moving up 1-0.
Okay, so I think Churro Stand is Dangle. I'm not 100% sure, though. He did play with them in relegation, and I think Dangle was the one on HLTV, so I'm not sure, Mike. Don't take my word for it there, but I think it might be Dangle.
He has played one other season of Advanced. No, 2 other seasons of Advanced. Season 32 and Season 35 has Churro Stand.
Yeah.
And Season 34 was spent in IM. And Season 36 was actually also in Advanced, so he was on Pdhm in Season 36. So
he did play with them in relegation. As it looks like Pdhm are going to get something going here, Mike. They got a couple of frags, but Team 1, yeah, they recover. And Teemo's the last one standing. Teemo's the only one that I was not aware of he was even going to play. In fact, he just joined the roster or just paid up today. He did play with them last season in Advanced. This is just a bit of a mess, if I'm going to be honest, Mike, because they did not go to Teemo and Churro Stand have not played a single map. It's been Turismo, Pow, Brian 2K, Goon, and Jet who were playing the rounds, and Voice. That's it.
Look, Teemo's been busy playing League of Legends, clearly. Been occupied with other things. I don't know, Churro Stand, look, it's a hard work maintaining a Churro Stand, especially in a pandemic. Had to introduce all new protocols, put in plexiglass. You're constantly adapting here, so I can understand why they haven't been available for matches so far. It's a hard knock life out there. This is a heck of a way to get started with a new team. Just send them a message and go, hey, we don't have 5 tonight. Can you come get wrecked by Team 1? Oh, yeah, sure, buddy. Let me pay right up to get absolutely demolished on this site take. I mean, it was going to be a low percentage round to begin with, but now it's just Brian 2K. He'll need a lot more than 2, and he won't even get the 1.
Well, all right. Well, anyway, I mean, we can talk about Turismo and Pau, who did play for this team last season and are new additions at the beginning of this season. And Turismo is actually a player that I watched throughout Advanced play with Intact and Sheikh Zula and Swan on that roster. And he was really incredible in terms of his fragging ability. And I was looking forward to seeing him play in Premier when that Intact roster was promoted. But he just didn't end up having time. Work and school took over. And then we didn't get to see him for quite some time. But he's now in Premier. This is his first season in Premier, Mike.
Oh, there's a connection. Looking for more. Not going to get it. Churro Stand. Well, he's open for business, but he's giving out ops. Turismo does get 2 and a 3rd as well. All right, Here's Turismo. Making some noise, making some action here. 2 players are on the site. He's going to lose that fight, but did damage. Got the information for sure. A bomb plant should be viable, and actually, if Team 1 realizes no one in towards heaven, they could just dip towards A. All the presence is coming from their flank, and they've just cleared out 1, so if they hear Teemo, this way the biscuit. And there's the noise through the Molotov. PRT's ready for it. PRT collects. Now, John, here's my confession. I have played maybe like 10 games of League of Legends in my entire life, and they were about a decade ago. Maybe like 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. No, about a decade. God, I'm older than I thought. About a decade ago. Teemo does the little teleporty stuff, right?
Mike,
what does Teemo
I
do?
have played less League of Legends than you, so I don't know.
I'm bringing up Teemo so that I can accurately make some puns about this. His epithet is the Swift Scout. His roles are Assassin and Marksman. This is according to Wikipedia. His abilities are Blinding Dart, Camouflage, Move Quick, Noxious Trap, and Toxic Shot.
Okay.
All right, good to know. Good to know. I'm learning things. All right, all right. Here's the League of Legends.fandom.com/wiki whatever Teemo. Teemo rides a thin line between chipper compatriot and unrepentant killer, but there's no one else I'd rather have as a friend. This is citing Tristana for a personal reference. I don't know who Tristana is, but she's his personal reference. This is not a round we're expecting much. Turismo's invested fully, but otherwise we got Pistolos. So they're not even on the same page in terms of the buying. They're going for the hero rifle here. Don't know if that's going to be the ticket against this Team 1 team, but we'll see. Did you know that Teemo is apparently something called a Yordle? Well, Brian 2K doesn't know that because he don't got no brains. He doesn't know anything. He got his head ripped from his shoulders. I don't know what a Yordle is. It looks small and fuzzy. Teemo does get a kill. So there we go. He's living up to his assassin title. And Churro and Turismo. Okay, suddenly this round's interesting. I'm re-engaging here, folks. Enough Teemo facts. Enough Teemo facts. We're back into the action. Pesa and Moms in a 2v2 against a man named Churro Stand and Turismo. Now, they certainly do know where Mobs is. And there's a flank. Oh, they played the long con. Pesa's going to come down from A, but he's got to get a move on, and he may be a little bit too late to do this. He just gave up the audio cue. They know he's on the flank now. The bomb's not planted for him. You can tell they're looking for it, and Churro Stand was ready for that every day of the week. Pesa trying to play the long con, but all it's going to con is him out of a round win. Pdhm put one on the board.
Very nicely done for PDHM. You saw Churro stand with a beautiful deagle headshot to really kick things off here. And then, of course, Pesa took a little too long coming in on that flank to try and support Mobs. And that was all she wrote for Team 1 of the round. So PDHM putting up a good fight at the very least. And, you know, I do love churros, Mike. I do love my churro stands. I have to say that. They are very delicious. If you haven't had one, I'm sure you have. But if anyone out there hasn't had one, you should definitely try it.
I mean, it's fried dough covered in sugar. How bad can it be?
Yeah, how exactly.
I'm reading more of this Teemo bio, and it's pretty messed up. I won't lie to you. We're going to get into it in a minute, but for right now, there's action happening in exchange out towards the fountain. And now Churro Stand trying to lay down the law, but it seems like the stand, well, it's wide open. It's not much of a gate, if you will. It's more of a stand. You decide to welcome customers in, not really shut them out. And, well, Churro Stand is giving up the ghost in this round. See if Pau can hang on. Teemo is still alive in this. So here's the quote, right? This is, despite his genuinely warm personality, something switches off inside Teemo's mind during combat so that the lives he must end while on patrol do not burden him. Dang, this is a tiny little, like, fluffy teddy bear raccoon thing. Teemo, we're going to see him ending a life right there. That won't burden him. That one won't either. But maybe PRT will. Burden him with lead. Burden him with bullets. This is rough out here. They're going to group up for a B hit. They've already got a player nosing on in towards site. Where is Pow? Okay, back towards Graffiti, holding for this. Might find the timing to catch PRT, actually. That could get awkward, but now he's revealed his position. He's going to trigger the rotation, but if there's a player already in water, Pesa might just be able to take this fight. That's what he's looking to do. An aid will push him off. That allows the plant. Molly's a little late here for Turismo, but I like the idea. Dealing out some damage. The nade, it's going to finish him. PRT thought he could rest in the flames for a moment, but no, it's going to be up to Pesa and Pow. Okay, Wombo, combo, Pow and Turismo make that happen. Love the coordination here. Okay, I'm going to have to take this PDHM team seriously. I wasn't sure what to think when Churro Stand and Teemo showed up. They came to play, man. They came to play.
I mean, look, they did play with this roster in the past, so it's not like they're unfamiliar players. That's the good news. And of course, PDHM getting a couple of rounds is great. Not to mention that Turismo, I mean, I talked about him being an incredible force that is untested in Premier, but would have been great to see. Back in Season 30 it was, Mike, that he decided to take that break. And I think it was only Season 34 when he started to take Counter-Strike seriously again, back in advance. So that's a 4-season break. But, man, he was impressive. In the 0-2 loss to... was a third impact, he had 58 frags and a plus 20 kill to death differential and 107.2 ADR along with a rating of 1.50. This isn't a 0-2 loss, but they lost on Inferno 7-16. He had 22 frags there as Churro Stand's going to get one on PRT, trading that frag out and make it a 4v4. But yeah, they lost 7-16 on Inferno and 11-16 on Mirage, and he managed to get 58 frags amongst that. That's crazy to me. Mob's going to get one back as well, as we have a 4v3 in favor of Team 1 now.
I think Team 1 might be realizing they have to take this a bit more seriously as well. It's like, oh man, we can't just run them over? Okay. Let's adjust. Oh, Teemo. XNS isn't looking for it. He's been spotted. That's one down. He's revealed his position, though, but that's going to create a doubt in their mind. They're going to have to flank out, and Timo's just going to bail. Just going to lock down connector, control the rotation. I love this. Or is he going to go all the way around towards Fountain? Okay. At some point, Team 1's going to get wise to the fact that he is W holding on the flank and just leave a lurk to kill him. Well, for the time being, at least, this could be enormously effective. Hit's going to come through. There's 40 seconds. If they just go on, there's not a whole lot Timo can do, but that flashbang, it doesn't actually catch the player, but it forces Pesa to turn around, and that's enough. There's the flashes. There's the clear. Nicely done for Mobs. But a 2v2 with that long flank coming around literally on long, and they have no idea. Mobs is trying to bait the player out by the dumpster. Hopefully that music isn't coming through, but here's the joys of needing to have my window open. There's a shot for Turismo. Now they're going to be even more distracted from that flank, but Maluk has gotten away. He's gotten right away, and he just wants to play here from the bathrooms. Just play off of the bomb. Turismo's coming chasing. There's the first shot hit. He knows the player's close up. Maluk misses, but he's dodging. He's dipping, and he's going to hit the no-scope. Okay, Maluk!
Oh, Maluka, always delivering in terms of those highlight reel plays. Gets his 5th and 6th frag on the map in that round, and Maluk was the star for them in the last series, if you recall, Mike, against the Party Astronauts on Dust 2. He was the reason why they pushed it to OT. They ended up losing 17-19, but he had 34 frags and a 105.4 ADR and really carried the team on his shoulders on many occasions, which he's done many times throughout his career.
Oh, Timo. Taking away some damage as you realize Pace has gotten so far forward. No idea. The trade is there. Not a great exchange considering it was just an SMG on the other side, but a boost up for Mobs will get them more. They're stacking the B site, and Team 1 just doesn't care. Like, okay, we'll take these fights. We'll take these duels. Keep feeding. Keep feeding us. We're hungry. Looks like Brian 2K might want to do it again as well. Although the setup here is that Churro Stand takes contact and then Brian swings, but here we go. There's a poke. Power locked out monster. Brian is wide out in the open. This is getting weird. This is getting wild. And it's going to end with PRT taking 3. Nicely done from PRT. You can see from the damage there that nearly got completely out of hand. Pdhm, they're just pushing everything. And that is catching Team 1 off guard at points. But ultimately, they're coming out on top.
Yeah, I mean, they're recomposing themselves quite well and adapting on the fly to PDHM's aggression. You're absolutely right, Mike. But PDHM now had some rifles in the previous round. Now they're stuck on those pistols. 3 Deagles, the P250, and the Scout Team 1 rocking the 4 AKs and the AWP. And Churrostan's going to try and make some noise here. Coming down into connector at the bottom of it already. Maluk is waiting for the push, which he's expecting, and rightfully so. Timo goes down. Churrostan goes for the wide peak. Does not get any results with it, as PRT is going to headshot him, and it's down to only 2 here for PDHM. Both Pau and Turismo, 2 of the newest additions to the roster. Or I say newest additions, but newest
Not
re-additions.
anymore, man. Not anymore. Churrostan and Timo apparently are.
Well, I mean, Timo is one of the newest one, technically, but Turismo and Pau did play with them in Season 35. And Churrostan played for them last season. Yeah, it's confusing, I know.
Life is confusing. It's all just a shuffling deck of cards. Minute on the clock now. Team 1 just wanted to see if they'd push out again. But for once, PDHM's not giving it to him. Just the pistols. They're hanging back. Now, Pesa will start to lurk out on towards B. These players are completely isolated. So, Turismo, all is lonesome. I'm going to be everything here. That's going to be Pesa. Getting the better of him. Pistol was not able to zero in the kill, and now Pau is going to rotate, but it is an A-site hit. It's not really going to matter where Pau is. Best case scenario here, I think he gets 1 to 2, but I cannot imagine a scenario where he pulls off a 1v5, no armor, naked Deegan.
Just watch, Mike. Just watch.
I'm watching, John. Okay, back turn. He gets the first. There we go. Took 3 shots. Didn't look pretty, but the second will not be available to him. Mobs goes creeping in the bank, and he robs the vault.
For a moment, I was like, oh, man, he's got a headshot lined up here. Could get a second one, make it interesting, but no. Team 1 do close it out quite handily, as they should, against that type of buy-up, and they're up 7-2 now. We didn't get a chance to talk about it too much, but on Overpass in 2021 for Team 1, it's actually not too good, and that's the reason why PDHM decided to pick this one. And it's looking at 4-7, 134 rounds, 450 rounds against for a -16 round differential, and over on the PDHM side, we're getting aggressive here. I'll get back to it. Timo's going to get 1, 2, maybe a third. No! Mobs regains control of the round here. or at least enough control to make it a 3v3 with that nice 2K. Jurostan continues to push in, and he's going to get a couple more. 3v1, not sure if Pace is up to the task here because he doesn't have the bomb, and he's way, way far away.
Lots of time, though. Although that door opening will be heard by Turismo, so that's calmed over. You can see both players turn around. They're not worried about the fountain push. They're worried about the player coming up connector. Now enough time's gone by where they're like, well, he could have gone up the ladder. No questions here. Oh, what a flick there. Churro stand was looking for it, but wasn't quick enough on the trigger. That's some nutty reflexes from Pesa, and he's just clearing angles while full blind himself from his flashbang. One more player to find. They don't have the bomb, but here's Turismo on the flank. And it's going to be Pow instead who gets the kill. Nice pinch from Pdhm. They do take another round. They're certainly making this difficult, annoying even, for Team 1. But I need to see some sustained success here before I start believing.
Yeah, for sure. And let's talk about Overpass here for this PDHM squad. Not much to draw off of in 2021 because they haven't played too much at the premier level. But when they did, 4 times here, 1 win, 3 losses, 51 rounds for, 60 rounds against for a -9 round differential. So tightly contested matches, but they're only able to secure 1 overall. PRT, whoa, what a peak. Just takes the head clean off of Churro Stand. He was waiting in Z. Quick 5v4 in favor of Team 1. So they're bringing the aggression right back at this PDHM roster.
Oh, Maluk's seen the bounce. He's seen the player. Wasn't quite quick enough to get the kill, but now he knows where 2 are. He's just waiting. There's the shot. Patience shown. Should have a good read on the second. I was trying to take this fight, but he was going to come to the ability and make his life difficult. He only has to line up through the smoke, but he can't zero it in. And now the player's out monster, so another peek would be his last. Well, he's actually going to force him off the angle. That might not work out for the swing here. And that's going to drop the bomb as the Heaven player gets in on the fun. Unfortunately for Turismo, he is 1v4 and too many crosshairs for him to deal with. It'll be Maluk to escort him to the grave. Team 1 take another round. Once again, isolate the round win for PDHM.
Yeah. They're doing a great job isolating those round wins, and they're not giving them a chance to gain any momentum, which is obviously good news for Team 1, who have had a couple of losses on the season where we expect them to be a little more dominant, but couldn't come out with the victory against Pain, lost in overtime on Dust 2 to finish that series off 2022, and then against Party Astronauts, again, losing on Dust 2 to close the series out 17-19. They weren't as competitive on their first maps either, getting fewer than 10 rounds both times. Mesa is going to open up this round with the shot on Brian 2K, and again, PDHM has tried this aggression, and you can't really blame them, Mike, because it has been working. Gotta try something, but yeah.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Oh! There we go. Pace's got it. 4 kills for Pesa in the round. 4K for old Pesa.
Yep.
After that one, he's paced the server. 13-7. Everybody from Team 1's having a pretty good day. 13 for Pesa, 12 for PRT, 12 for Mobs, 10 for Maluk, 7 for XNS. It's all right. It's all right. Everyone's having a good time. Brian on the other side.
Yep.
Not named 2K yet. He has yet to get his second. I just like making jokes about that name. He's doing fine.
It's okay.
The team's having a rough go of it. We got the entries on towards site. The site has been taken. There's presence in construction, so they got to be a little wary as Brian is going to go looking. There we go. There's the second kill. I called it out. It happens. Now he can call himself Brian 2K. It's all good. It's all clear. Going to try and push in towards the monster. And actually gets a third. Okay. Okay. Numbers increasing here. This gets pretty awkward. A 3v2, and they're going to pinch in. It's all on XNS. Reads the first, he gets the shot, gets the headshot. He's got decent position to hold on to this. They're going to peek him 1 by 1, gave him the chance, but Churro Stand zeroes in the kill. So PDHM will at least collect 4 here on the half as they aim to keep Team 1 off of double digits.
Mike, you called him out, and he answered the call, and
I love it.
with that 3K, nicely done for Brian 2K. And Brian 2K, of course, is the IGL here for the squad, and he's the one who's been the player who consistently plays on this roster, and I think he's the only one that's been here for every single match of Season 36 and all the premier matches, including relegation. So there you have it. PDHM pick up a 4th, but will it be another isolated round victory, or can they finally build a little bit of momentum and maybe keep Team 1 off of double digits? Malps, along with Maluk, are going to charge out here towards Playground. They're more cautious, of course, since PDHM's been so aggressive, and Timo is not going to change that as he's peeking all the way around from Long A into playground and exposing himself to a potential Team 1 player. As they continue to move on up here, Brian 2K will be isolated from his teammate, Churro Stand, who's waiting right next to Statue, and he's going to get one, and so is Brian 2K. He does manage to swing around from short A to get mobs, makes it a 5v3. Malouk gets isolated completely. Churro Stand finds that frag. This is it, Mike, a chance for a second round victory in a row for the first time in this map for PDHM, and it's looking great now because Churro Stand spots out Pace on the upper tunnels, leaving only PRT standing.
Quite the round from the Churros stand. The Churros are fighting back.
Mm.
And that's going to be the finishing blow for Timo, with
All
Malouk's
right.
own op taken away from him. And there we go, a 3K for Churros stand to put his team on the board, get them 5. There we go. You're right, the first 2 rounds in a row for PDHM. And they're not going to go out quite whimpering, right? They're going to make a fight of this. It's still 9 rounds on the T side of Overpass for Team 1, so this is playing out perhaps to expectations, but I am enjoying the fact that we're seeing signs of fight for PDHM. A lot of it is just the playbook of getting in the back lines, getting somewhere they don't expect, and catching them off that way. Team 1's still kind of expecting a little bit more of a traditional brand of CS, and they're definitely not going to get that one. Nice nade from Brian. Nice kill for Timo. Caught Pesa trying to lurk out of the sewer smoke. And they're moving so rapidly as well. They got 4 players here towards B. No presence on the A site, save for Turismo. And this time it seems like he is going to be tested. The reinforcements on the way. Churro Stand trying to get back in to help out. And a molly deployed to slow this, but he's now been spotted behind the dice. He might just try and roll these. There's a push up the top connector. This duel could determine a lot. And okay, Malouk gets it. It was to be expected, perhaps, but they lost many bodies in towards Khan. That's far from ideal. And at this point, because they've hesitated a bit on their site take, there's now 3 players in the site because PDHM's approach is, okay, if we see presence, rotate. Rotate the numbers. Leave 1 guy on the other site and stack our numbers on the site we expect them to hit. It's a good read. 40 seconds, they go for a swing. Churro Stand gonna get a bit too adventurous, but Mobs can't line in the next. He is traded. So 2-on-2. Advantage restored for Team 1 here. And all the pressure in the world still on Turismo, the man who's been hanging out behind the dice box. He's going to get deleted. Now we know why he was so nervous to peek. Bomb will go down. Not much Pal can do about this. Now the whole timer to work with. What does Pal want to do in this 1v2? Hanging out by the jump up spot. Smoke in his face. Seems like he wants to go through it. Really be in it as the smoke fades. No, he's gone through. I'll subvert their expectations. Got to keep them guessing. He might just have the player spotted. He does indeed, but still, this should be fine to hold. Malouk can watch the bomb. There's no smoke to cover this off, and as soon as he taps on, he should be dead, or even before.
Yep, nicely done for Malouk. Good patience there to ensure that Team 1 do get into double digits heading into the second half. They hit 10. Only 5 for PDHM. I say only 5 though, Mike, but definitely a good half for them. I mean, we saw some flashes of brilliance there from Turismo in particular, and Timo had a round for himself. Brian 2K even got in with that 3K to make sure that his team got, I think it was 4th or 5th round victory.
All right, so let's get some more information here about Timo. According to, again, the League of Legends fandom, there's a biography called The Swift Scout by unknown author. So we got here. Actually, that's just the same bio. I don't know why it's a different tab. There's some sort of a video that's called Don't Mess with Yordles from Legends of Runeterra. I don't know what this means.
So
I guess Timo gets captured and he gets rescued. All right, we're into the second half here. That's enough Timo facts. I didn't find anything good.
Do we have to change it to Yordle the turtle boost now?
Only if Timo's on top.
That's awesome. I want to see it now. Timo on top of the Yordle the turtle boost. I already changed my mind, Mike.
He got you doing it. He's got you doing it. This pissed around would go a long way to making PDHM a bit more competitive in this matchup. Oh, Malouk gonna get the first. They've gotten the space to get the plant down, but Malouk says no. He's actually chimes in for that kill from the bank, and the reinforcements are here at this point, so it's gonna be tougher to get that bomb planted. Gotta win some of these fights to PDHM. Gotta clear out the numbers, and they're failing to do just that. Trades are there. It's all onto Pal. Pal backed into the corner. No one puts Pal in the corner except for PRT.
Yeah, nicely done for PRT. Good news for Team 1 across the board. Everyone's hit 10 or more frags. No one's sitting at a KDR below 1. Everyone above it there. And over on the PDHM side, it's actually the opposite, of course. But you see Churro stand almost there at a KDR of 1 at 12 frags, Turismo at 11. We'll see if those two players can wake up here into this second half and really light a fire under their teams. They're trying to go for some aggression, perhaps here towards Fountain. There's a nade that flies right in and does not connect for much.
It's a deco. PRT gonna feast on that. 4 of them are unarmored, right? So pushing the monster tunnel, a bit risky with that one. You're kind of hoping to set up and take some duels. Just not gonna happen here. Is this a stack up by the sign? Is there a boost? Can we look at mobs for a quick second? I think there's a boost out by the sign. Oh, he lost his base. Maluk went down. It was a boost right by the sign. There's one. Mobs, is he going to realize the player's through? He does in time. Mobs, ever the savvy customer, and this round seems to be wrapped up with a bow on it. Turismo, 1v4, no armor again. Just going to get mowed down. But oh, never mind. Okay. All right. Thought he was a goner. He strikes back. Ah. Might be able to do some further damage here, but no. XNS with the inferior UMP seal the deal on the round.
I was waiting.
Gotta get it in somewhere, man.
For the snarky comment about the UMP, Mike. But hey, it's a little more accurate from that range, and maybe that accuracy helped him get the headshot. So I'll counter your rebuttal.
From that range, you just gotta click.
Okay, fine. But Malb's getting a nice 2K there, and Malb's has really been a star for them this season, already hitting 200 frags at 201 in 9 maps, 22.3 frags per map, plus 22 kill to death differential, and an 82.0 ADR. Not to mention, he has 14 3-kill plus rounds. That includes 2 4Ks and an ace. This Pow's going to open things up through the smoke over on PRT, Team 1 on the bonus round.
He's gonna come to push through the smoke. They go swinging. Pow lines them up. They wanted to mitigate some of those SMGs by getting a little bit bold, and well, too bold perhaps. Mobs gets deleted as well. What a round for Pow. 4 kills for the man, and there we go. PDHM winning their first gun round, putting themselves on the board. When some of the damage that was done in the previous, that means Team 1's economy, well, it's kaput.
It is, and that's Pow's first 4K of the season right there. 6 maps played, this being a 7th. Nicely done. Helps his team get a 6th round on the board, and we're going to see if Team 1 can respond here. They did have enough money, Mike, to get a couple of M4s, a Scout, and 2 Deagles, and Team 1 very lethal with those Deagles, in particular Mobs. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Maluk was pushed up with the Scout towards Fountain. Now he's going to back off, but I like Pace's positioning here. Tucked up right against that wall at long A, and he's going to go for a flank. He could catch off 3 players for PDHM if he's fast enough. Was on a flank in the previous round, didn't end up with much out of it, and I think Churrostan just spotted him. Esea still gets 2, though. Churrostan does take him down, but Esea does the damage he has to keep this round viable for Team 1.
I'm curious to see how much Team 1 commit into it. Obviously, they've got a big cushion, but that M4 would be nice to take into the next round. Bombs going down here. They were trying to clear out to see if there was a lurk. Because if there was a lurk and they got a second rifle on towards PRT, suddenly it's a 2-on-2 and you got the rifles up. It's not to be. XNS, I don't think wants this. No, he's going to save the gun. That's a wise decision. PRT might go looking. Again, there is a player isolated here by the fountain. PRT, can he connect? No. No, none of those shots connected. A few salvos, but that'll be the round. That'll be the round. PDHM going to get up towards 7 and get themselves a fighting chance here. They should be able to build some rounds on top of this. They should be able to keep pressure on Team 1's economy. I think the key here for the Brazilian squad is just to not hit any degree of panic, right? Not to try and rush getting back in control here. Take your eco in this next round. Let XNS see if he can do something crazy. But otherwise, yeah, it's fine. Get back on course.
Yeah, if I'm XNS, just going to try and, like you said, take it easy. Maybe even drop the M4 for Malbs or PRT or Pesa, who are really doing well with that fragging ability here tonight. But, you know, XNS is no slouch. And one thing about it to keep in mind, right, is that XNS is the newest addition to this squad. He hasn't had a lot of time to adjust to playing with his teammates. So it's going to take a little bit for him to reach level. Nice smoke there. Perfect smoke thrown for Monster by Team 1. But yeah, XNS starting to come into his own. We saw some magic from him in the previous series against Party Astronauts, and I'm sure it's just going to get better as time goes on, as was the case with Mobs. BRT going to get a couple here with the P2000 pushing up to Playground. That's an upgrade to an AK as well, and Team 1 pretty well for themselves in a round where they have not invested much.
Oh, that was just a USB. He actually did connect the shot, which for a USB is about the best you can ask for. Getting 2 AKs out of this is not a bad shout for sure, if they can do that. Even the element of risk for Pdhm, they're not really going to be able to hunt. Just having 3 alive, this could be a retake at any moment. But yeah, without the armor, Team 1's just going to say thank you very much for the AK-47s. We'll use this against you in the next round. Probably means well, it might mean an op can come through in the next as well. I think PRT can probably buy and drop that. What are we up to loss bonus, John?
I'm trying to do the math.
A number. Counting is hard.
I think it's
it's either third or fourth round of loss bonus.
2,400 or 2,900. Yeah, one of the two.
Hit us with the tab key.
Yeah,
hit us with the tab key, Flippy. Oh, it's only second round of loss bonus. All
right.
Never mind.
So 2,400.
2,400 coming in. So they could buy the op. It'd be glass cannon. Probably not going to do that.
I don't think so. It doesn't really make sense to get it up and running here. No. They're just going to go with the rifles, and that's the right decision. You do have the scope from the AUG, so that helps Maluk there, and he's very effective with this rifle, so it makes sense to go for this. Still up 4 rounds. Team 1 has nothing to panic about, but Pdhm are gaining ground. Emo going to be rocking that AWP here as Pau again goes in towards Monster. He had some success there in an earlier round. That repeats itself. Pesa, oh, excellent wall bang into squeaky door. Brian 2K lucky to be alive with 5 HP. A little bit of a boost happening here, Mike. Maluk was boosted over that sign for some information into bathrooms, but it didn't materialize much. Malb's going to engage here, and he finds the headshot on Churro stand. 5v4.
That was almost so risky because he'd heard the boost as well. He knew the players were here, right? They gone for the sign boost a couple of times. And there's going to be a kill from Luke. Okay, so now they should be well in control of Team 1. Churro stand almost ruined this round for them, but that's going to be Teemo getting a bit of an answer back. Smoke will go up towards long. Don't have any desire to duel with that AWP, and, well, they shouldn't. Maul's in a really rough spot. He's already spent his smoke. He needs a teammate to set him up with some util here, just to get out of the angle. That drops the bomb. Pesa will do exactly that. The remaining players, well, they got no health. Now they got no health. All on the Teemo. 1v3, 40 seconds to go. Run straight into the waiting arms of PRT.
Oof, that was a very tough situation for Mobs. Like you said, needed the support, and Pesa threw a timely flashbang to make sure that the 2 players that were pinching in from bathrooms couldn't take down Mobs. That lets Mobs focus over at long A, and in the end didn't really have to worry too much about Teemo, who backed off and ended up getting pinched inside of the long bathroom. So Team 1 get their 13th round on the board. 5-round lead here for them. RT just going to go for a bit of spam through the smoke into Monster. 4 players from Pdhm are already here, a 5th likely looming. In fact, no, it's Brian 2K. He's already pushed into the water, and he's going to get that Molotov thrown into the site. They're charging in, hoping that aggression that has worked for them in the past works again, but that nade's going to be chunky.
That is extremely chunky. Brian does get a kill. He's still alive as well, not for long. Chopped down at the knees. No problem there. So Team 1 are doing a decent job of holding on. There is a little bit of a tricky position here for Turismo. I think he needs to make the move to get his teammates in towards this site, but it's tough to make that first inroad, especially with all these smokes up, all this utility. Log in the arteries of his sight lines. Teemo. Done. Dusted. Out of play. I'm always just going to coax them forward. Turismo finally does connect, but I think this is too little too late. Turismo in a 1v2, 50 seconds on the clock. He's trying to isolate that barrels player. He knows he's got this fight, but he's running out of bullets. They both gone to their sidearms. How does this work out? Whoa, oh, they both have to feel a little silly about this one, but Turismo gets the reload off, and he gets the final kill! Turismo! 3 kills, a clutch!
I told you he's good. Like, he is this really, really good player. Turismo can come up with those highlight reel plays, and it's so impressive to watch it unfold. Nice 3K for him. Pdhm back into this half, and the money is not good for Team 1, but they're going to force up. They want to try and make something happen here. They have the auto shotty, 2 Deagles, and 2 M4A4s. Looks like they're going to send 2 players towards the B site, and 2, in fact, pushing into connector. That one player at long is Pesa, and he gets the opening frag over on Timo. That's going to help out a lot. But Mobs also finds Brian 2K. 5v3. Can Maluk make it a third? He can. With the auto shotty, Churro stand goes down in a hail of bullets, leaving only Pau and Turismo standing.
I found a page of Timo facts. This is too dangerous for me to have. Oh, Turismo goes for a peek out. Oh, destroyed by the Deagle. A swing. Maybe a little bit bold for Malls, but he did want the gun. Now he won't get the gun. XNS will have to bring it through for him. There's a flank coming on from Pesa, but if Pau can do enough damage on the front, the flank won't be able to come to fruition. He swings. Good. Golly, that aim is very snappy. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Here we go. 14 rounds found. Team 1, they're coming up on the precipice at the end here. Pdhm, though, I mean, frankly, they've surprised me here with some of the rounds they've been able to pull out.
I mean, look, Mike, I said it. Against Party Astronauts, who are 5-0 on the season, are playing some incredibly impressive Counter-Strike. They did get 9 rounds on Nuke and 10 on Inferno. So, I mean, given the fact that Party Astronauts defeated Team 1, if we go by that logic, then they should technically be just as competitive against this squad, and they're proving to be. XNS is going to spray down a couple here, Mike, against the pistols on PDHM. They did force up into the round, and they're pretty much giving up hope of pushing it to overtime at this point because their buy-up will not be that strong headed into round number 25, Mike.
You know, I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed. For a game that's supposed to have a lot of lore going on, and a character like Timo's been around for so long, there are disappointingly few Timo facts available to me. It's just not much.
Oh.
He's apparently the smallest champion. I don't know how tall Timo is as a player, but I guess we'll find out. Like, come on, man. I want weird Timo lore facts.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
League of Legends community just letting me down here.
You should look up fanfic, maybe? I don't know.
I really don't want to go down that road, John. I really don't want to go down that road.
Well, I mean, if you're really hungry for some...
No, we'll leave that door closed. I'm not going to peek behind that particular curtain. We're going to leave that door extremely closed, John.
All right.
Locked, barred, throw away the key. Maluk looking to close some doors here. He's got the first clip. A bit of an awkward reposition. Might need a flash from a teammate. Yeah, he's not going to be able to escape. Mobs does get a trade. A second as well. He's looking for more. A third for Mobs with a scout. Well, at least avenge the comrade. And that's going to be the round. That's going to be the game. That's going to be Overpass. We'll be back after this quick break.